There is a specific hour when overthinking becomes dangerous. Not during the day, at night. Specifically, the final hour before sleep. When exhaustion lowers resistance. When logic weakens. When every distraction you used all day finally disappears. And the mind has uninterrupted access to you. You close your eyes, hoping for silence. Instead, a conversation from last week returns. An imagined future starts playing in detail. One thought becomes 3. 3 become 10. By midnight, your body is exhausted, but your mind is fully awake. This is not weakness. This is a specific mechanical failure, and it gets worse the more you try to suppress it. The Stoics recognized this pattern 2,000 years ago, and they built a practice specifically for this moment.
Here is what is actually happening. During the day, your mind stays occupied. Tasks, conversations, deadlines, constant stimulation. All of it acts like a lid. The lid suppresses every thought left emotionally unresolved. But the lid requires energy. By nighttime, that energy is gone. The lid comes off. Everything suppressed during the day rises at once. Modern neuroscience calls this the default mode network, your brain's resting state system. It activates the moment external stimulation disappears, and it returns to every unresolved thought still left open, not gradually, all at once. The Stoics did not have this term, but they observed this exact phenomenon. And they answered one question almost nobody understands. Why does the same thought keep returning every night, even after you already thought about it for hours? That answer is in this video.
Seneca documented his nighttime practice in his letters to Lucilius. Through financial pressure, through exile, through watching Rome burn, he followed it without exception. Marcus Aurelius kept the same discipline for 30 years. Through war, through betrayal, through burying his own children, he never abandoned it. Not because they were immune to racing thoughts, because they processed those thoughts completely before sleep. The difference between suppression and processing is everything. You are going to learn 4 steps tonight, in a specific order, 4 minutes before sleep. The exact practice that gave 2 of the most tested minds in history their rest. Before the 4 steps, one critical thing. Most approaches to nighttime overthinking make one mistake. They try to stop the thoughts, counting backwards, breathing exercises, scrolling until exhaustion finally wins. These are suppression strategies. They are the lid. And as you now know, the lid does not hold at night. Think of it this way. Imagine a fire burning in the center of a room. During the day, you place a heavy stone over it. The fire is hidden. The room looks manageable. At night, you remove the stone to rest. The fire is still there, still burning, larger than before. Suppression does not extinguish a fire. It hides it until you are too tired to hold the stone. The Stoic practice does not suppress. It removes the fuel entirely, step by step, in a specific order.
Step 1. The examination. Every night, Seneca asked himself 3 questions, not to judge himself, to see clearly. In this exact order. What did I do today that I can stand behind? What did I allow to disturb me outside my control? What will I do differently? Nothing more. Here is why this works at a mechanical level. Your default mode network treats unexamined thoughts as unfinished tasks. It returns to them automatically, compulsively, every night, until they are marked complete. The examination does not solve every problem. It does something more important. It separates what is finished from what remains. The moment a thought is clearly examined, the loop weakens, because the mind finally knows it has been acknowledged. This is the first fuel source removed.
Step 2. The release. Epictetus built his entire philosophy on one distinction. What is yours to carry? What is not? Take each thought from the examination. Ask one question. Can I act on this before I sleep? If yes, write it down. One sentence, set it aside. If no, say this exactly. This is not mine to carry tonight. Your mind will immediately resist. It will invent reasons the thought is too important to release. Understand what is happening in that moment. That resistance is not important speaking. It is an unclassified thought generating false urgency. The statement classifies it. Classified thoughts lose power. This is not mine to carry tonight. That line matters more than it appears. This is the second fuel source removed.
Step 3. The preparation. This is where Stoicism is most misunderstood. Premeditatio malorum is not pessimism. It is not rehearsing catastrophe. It is removing surprise. Marcus Aurelius acknowledged tomorrow's difficulties before sleep, briefly, deliberately, without drama. One sentence. Tomorrow may bring difficulty. I have faced difficulty before. That is the entire step. Here is what it does. Your default mode network runs forward projections at night. It rehearses tomorrow's challenges without giving them a conclusion, an open story, repeating on a loop. By acknowledging the difficulty directly, you give the story an ending. The mind stops rehearsing what already has a conclusion. That conclusion is not victory, it is capability. I have faced difficulty before. Simple, true, sufficient. This is the third fuel source removed. Step 4. The anchor. The last thought before sleep sets tomorrow's first tone. This is not philosophy. This is how memory consolidation works during sleep. Your brain reinforces the final emotional state before unconsciousness. Marcus Aurelius ended each night with a statement of identity. Not motivation, not hope, identity. Not who he wished to become, who he already was in the process of building. You choose one sentence. Not tomorrow I will be stronger. A statement of who you are now. I am not controlled by every thought that enters. I am not the fears that speak loudest at midnight. I am the one who decides what to carry. Choose one, say it once, mean it. The default mode network now has its final instruction. It reinforces that instruction through the night. This is the fourth fuel source removed. The fire is out.
Now the answer. Why does the same thought keep returning every night? Because it was never fully processed. Suppressed during the day, avoided at night, left emotionally unfinished. The examination never closed the loop. The release never classified it. The preparation left tomorrow without a conclusion. The anchor gave the default mode network nothing to reinforce. So it ran. All night. Every night. The 4 steps do not suppress a single thought. They process each one completely. Loop closed. Fuel removed. Story ended. Identity anchored. The mind has nothing left to run on. This is why Seneca could sleep under enormous financial pressure. This is why Marcus Aurelius rested through 30 years of war. Not because their lives were peaceful, because their nights were structured.
You are not someone trapped inside your own thoughts. The Stoics rejected that framing without compromise. A thought is not authority. A fear at midnight is not reality speaking. An anxious mind in the dark is not prophecy. It is a tired mind running unfinished material. And you now have the system to process it completely. Every night from this point is a choice.
Let the default mode network run unchecked through the dark, or spend 4 minutes removing the fuel. One thought examined, one thought released, one story concluded, one identity reinforced. You are not the thoughts that move through you at midnight. You are the one who decides what to carry into the morning. Use this tonight, not someday. Tonight. There is one category of thought that returns more than any other, every night, without exception. Other people. What someone thinks of you, whether someone respects you, whether you disappointed someone, whether you have their approval. This category is loudest at night because it runs deepest. It does not just affect your sleep. It affects every decision you make during the day. Every conversation, every choice, every action taken or avoided. The Stoics identified the exact mechanism behind this. A specific internal structure that organizes your entire life around other people's judgment. Once you see it clearly, it loses its grip completely. And what changes after that is not just how you sleep. It is how you move through the world. That is the next video.
The Stoics built practices like this for one reason. Not because life becomes easier, because a trained mind suffers less unnecessarily. Seneca did not sleep peacefully because his problems disappeared. He slept because he stopped carrying unprocessed weight into the dark. Marcus Aurelius did not rest because Rome became quiet. He rested because his mind was. 4 steps, 4 minutes, every night. Review what happened. Release what is not yours. Prepare for what may come. Anchor who you are. Start tonight, not with perfection, with intention. One night of this practice will not transform you. 30 nights will. The person you become is shaped by what your mind repeats in darkness. Choose carefully what you carry into the night. Watch the next video.